Yeah,
it just makes a lot of sense. It just shows that like Bolanle Austen Peters did her homework.
Oh no, she did.
She went above and beyond
she did.
to
she had
get
to
what
call
she
them.
wanted. Yeah.
They did everything. She even told me when I was talking to her that she had to have the relationship with the Kuti family.
Wow.
To be able to tell the story the way they would appreciate the story. Hi guys, welcome to another interesting episode of It's a Wrap. And I'm not here alone. Well, obviously it's not here today, but I'm not here alone. I'm here with Sonia.
Hi, Dami.
Yeah, Sonia came the last time and it was fun. It was amazing. I think we talked about Momima, right?
Yes, we did.
And it was good. And it's time to review another good film. My opinion, I think it's a good film, and if you haven't seen it, you should see it. We're talking today about Funmilayo Ransome Kuti, the biopic by Bolanle Austen Peters. So as the usual, we'll go through the metrics and we talk about what we think about it, from the plot to the acting to the casting and everything. So let's start with the plot. What do you think about the plot of Funmilayo Ransome Kuti?
I think it was very
First,
okay.
Before you saw the film, what did you think about? What did you know about Funmilayo Ransome Kuti?
To be honest, I didn't know anything about her. I just knew she was Fela's mom. Right.
A lot of people. That's what a lot of people
Yeah.
thought. Yeah.
So when I'm not really a fan of historical movies, I think I'll just start from there. So when I heard about it, I was not exactly fascinated to go watch it, right? And I eventually did, and I now understand the hype around the movie because it was really, really great. The plot was fantastic. The narration was dope. Yeah. We just have to give it to Bolanle Austen Peters. She killed it.
It was quite impressive for me because I wasn't sure how she was going to deal with a biopic. We don't really have a number of them in Nigeria. The ones that have tried to do a biopic did not exactly live up to expectations.
Exactly.
So I wasn't really sure that she was going to get it right, but when I saw the scenes and the sequences that led up to the eventual story, talking from letting us know the family she was born into, that she was the first lady in an all-boys school, to meeting Fela's dad, rather, right? To coming from a Christian background, not a Christian background, but a more philosophical, with her dad being a professor or being educated and everything, So for me, it was more exposing to the life of Funmilayo Ransome Kuti.
Exactly.
Because I knew a bit about her. I knew about the Egba kingdom thing. Yeah. I knew about it, but the film was a lot descriptive. Yeah. That if you did not know the woman,
you'd have to go. I actually had to go research about her after I watched the movie. So I think it did its work. Yeah. It was very expository, it was very educational. Yeah. And like you said, it's not a movie that anybody can just do. Yeah. Right? Doing that kind of movie, you need to know what you are doing. You don't do it haphazardly. Yeah. Right? And it could easily get boring if you don't do it right. So she did a great job actually, because from the very beginning, I was hooked from the beginning. When I sat down and I just saw the opening scene at Kalakuta, I was like, okay, I had to drop my phone.
Did you see the part where she was thrown down?
Too good. And then the transition back, the flashbacks and everything was it was so smooth.
It was story well told, and so plot was good. Plot was good. Now let's go to the casting. Okay. Right now, from the younger Funmilayo Ransome Kuti, was played by Yimide, don't know her surname now, to Kehinde Bankole, to Joke Silva. What did you think about the casting for that particular character?
The casting was perfect. She killed it with casting.
Absolutely.
For Kehinde, I don't know, I really love Kehinde Bankole. And her younger version too, that was like my first time seeing her in a movie. Yeah. She did very well. It was, she seems like a natural to me. Like she killed it. And then Kehinde, I love her because she's such a natural. For me, I feel like it's beyond acting. I think it's a calling for Kehinde Bankole, because she's that woman that you watch and you can literally feel, like you can feel her character coming to life. So she owned it and she killed it for her role. And Joke was also like really, really good.
Good for her. Yeah. I mean, aside from the resemblance between Kehinde Bankole and the actual woman, there's some resemblance if you look at it. I mean, aside from the gap too, but you see the face and the way she was made up. I had a conversation with Bolanle Austen Peters, and she said that she wrote the film with them in mind. Like when she was writing it, not with them in mind, when she was writing it, the only person that came to mind to play the role was Kehinde. And the older version was Joke Silva. Maybe she wasn't exactly sure of the younger version. But then, because the version Kehinde played had a major part to play in the entire film.
So she carried it. Yeah.
So Kehinde was a good casting for me. As a matter of fact, Kehinde, Joke Silva, and Yimide were good casting for me. What about the husband? Was played by Suleiman. What's his name again?
Ibrahim
Suleiman.
Oh, so like he did good. Yeah. I wouldn't have thought that he should, be the one to do that role. Yeah. But his character was subtle, and I think he brought that. Yeah. He brought what we needed actually. So it was really great. He had to play that part of being the supportive husband. Yeah. He didn't need to do too much, and he brought his A game. I think he was okay. He did good.
I'm excited for him. I've not seen him in a lot of films to be able to say, oh, this guy is a great actor, is not a great actor or so, but I think his display was fair. Yeah. It's a biopic, right? So you want to be careful in how you talk about the characters, particularly because they're real life experiences. So maybe this is how the man was. Maybe this is how the father was. I know the father was, I know the husband was a pastor. Yeah, a priest or a reverend or what they call them. I didn't know a lot about the father. It was the mom that we knew a lot about. But then I think it was well composed.
Yeah, I'm sure she did her research. Like you said, she writes her scripts with the actors in mind. So she's probably done research, that this is how the man actually was, and she knew that Ibrahim would do like a great job. And
I also thought it was a challenging role for him. Yeah. Yeah, some type of way. I thought it was challenging for him because first off, having to embody that kind of person. Even Kehinde having to embody someone like Funmilayo Ransome Kuti is a big deal.
It was a big deal.
Because she's not just another woman, right? She meant a lot to the people of Egbala, and then,
She was an icon, yeah.
And so when you're playing that role, you're like, there's a lot of expectations from me.
True.
More so for someone like Ibrahim who's playing the father of Fela. So it's like, there's a lot of, it's beyond me acting. Yeah. It's me playing the father of the legend Fela. So there's a lot of, thinking through processes and all before you eventually come out to, which was good. Another person, did you see the cameo that Bolanle played in the film?
But the whole elite group thing.
So I wasn't exactly sure why she used her name, but I get it. I like it. It's what makes the film even more interesting, right? And of course the women around. There's this Yoruba actress, I can't remember her name now. She's not exactly Yoruba. She's done some English films, but she was one of the ones representing the women.
Okay,
the light skin, the one that the one that brought a child to the hospital. Sorry, to school. That couldn't bring a child to school because.
She was great. I don't know her name. Yeah, and I think that's like the first time I've seen her in a movie. But
she's very good.
Very, very good.
She did very well. I felt the emotions. It was good. So generally, I'm trying to think of Ogabelo, of course, the king of the Alake of
Alake. Fantastic.
For me, that's clique of Ogabelo, Dele Odule,
all of them,
and Jide Kosoko works. They can make you laugh, and they can make you just enjoy a good film. True. So having them as Osi and Otun and having Alake and Ogabelo is someone that I felt. By the way, I felt should have been recognized by the AMVC. Should have been recognized because he's paid his dues.
Right.
And he's transferred the dues to his kids.
So are you saying RMD is not deserving of the title?
Of it?
Yeah.
I don't think it was his time.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I thought there are guys that before him that deserve the recognition. Not that he doesn't. I felt his time would come.
True.
But I felt these other guys have been there for a long time. And it's like me asking why hasn't Patience Ozokwa gotten the recognition? Why? I mean, if you say you don't want to give the Yoruba guys because they're Yoruba actors rather, why hasn't Patience Ozokwa why hasn't Peter Dochi gotten it? Right? So these are the questions that we need to ask.
I was born.
You get me? So I don't know why. They probably have their reasons, but I just felt that. But yeah, just a side talk. So Ogabelo did pretty well. And generally, it was a good film.
It was the casting,
the crowd. Did you see the crowd? Did you see when the old women took off their clothes? I'm like, bro.
It was giving Woman King. Like, it's just mad. It's a great movie.
Mad. And like I said, it's a big one for Bolanle because I think that this is her biggest film to date. She's done Blink Legosians, Collision Course. She's done a number of films. But this one is the kind of film that you look back and be like, I'm proud to be the director of this film. And
you even look at it as a Nigerian, like when it gets like global recognition, you're proud to say, this is a product from Nigeria. Like it's that good.
I mean, so I even asked her if she submitted a thing for Oscars. Okay. And she was like, I think because of they couldn't meet the requirement for the language. Oh. So they had like, the balance of English and Yoruba wasn't, I think they wanted more indigenous than English, but I think they sort of had more English or the balance wasn't what the Oscars needed in terms of requirements, so that couldn't go. But if they had got in to the Oscars. There is no way. I mean, I'm looking at Kehinde. I feel like Kehinde. Let's go to acting now before I talk about it. What do you think about the acting?
The acting was great. It was great. I'm thinking, everybody came correct. Like even I don't know his name, but Kehinde's dad as well.
Oh,
I think it was the guy that acted in God Calling.
It was in God Calling. It was in It was in Banana Island Ghost.
He was very good.
Very good.
I don't know his name, but like he really played his part very well. And everybody really, down to the market women. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That like she did a very good job with the casting.
Having to control that kind of cast, that kind of people. They're not. First off, they're probably not. They're not as educated as the other people. So having to control
bring them together,
have them understand the story.
They were unified. They spoke with one voice.
I saw the part where the Ogoni guys came in.
Yeah,
and because the ladies could not see them,
they took out.
They brought. Oh man, I was like, whoa. And listen, this is not PR, right? If it's good, it's good. It's just a very good coordination,
right?
And I really like to maybe know how it was behind the scenes, how it was controlling the crowd. It was a lot of people.
That was a lot of crowd. And it's not green screen, like they were actually there.
It was a lot of people. And I think that's the thing you appreciate about Bolanle. I think she goes all out. At least as far as money can buy or money can get. She goes all out to make sure that the film comes out good. Yeah. And it came out good. Let's talk about the cinema. Okay, the acting was good. You said Kehinde Bankole is deserving of all she's got.
Everything she's getting. And I think she's in her season right now.
This film should give her another AMVCA lead actress. Except someone else blows my mind. But at the moment, we're not even in 2025, but she's my winner. If this film
killed it. Like I said, it feels like a calling for her. It's beyond acting, honestly.
It's something that I think a lot of our colleagues should learn from her.
Sure.
It's not every time you come and it's not by the cars or the IG, whatever. You should learn from. You should maybe just swallow your pride and go and meet her.
How do you do it? Teach us.
Did you do like any ritual? What do you do?
How do you immerse yourself in the character?
What is your process?
Because she owns the character. It's believable. You see it.
What is your process? I think, in all fairness, and I can mention. Okay, let me not mention names.
Mention names. Why does he always mention names?
Go and learn from Kehinde Bankole. Let her teach you the process. But that's about acting. So acting was good generally, right?
Yeah, it was good.
Let's talk about cinematography.
Cinematography was good.
I don't even know who did it, but it was good.
It was good.
It was good. I liked it. I liked the way the shots were composed.
I
liked the fact that we were able to see. I think it was a white guy that handled the camera. Yeah, I remember Lance something. I can't remember the full name. The composition, particularly for the scene when they were fighting, the market scene part, it was good.
Really good.
The transition from then to now, like from when she was younger
the flashbacks,
to when she became, it was on point. Generally, cinematography was good.
Yeah.
Angles were well coordinated.
Very good.
Yeah, loved it to be honest.
The attention to details as well.
Oh yeah.
Loved that. There was this part where they were doing the protest thing and Kehinde lost her voice.
Yeah.
Like it
had to be seen.
It was
believable. Had to make it believable.
Right, like, because you don't get to do stuff like that and not lose your voice. So it's perfect attention to details.
It was detailed.
And then the part where like the reporter came to meet Joke and she didn't finish that narration in one day. She had to leave.
Yeah.
Do you get? So it's understandable. Someone is recovering, so there's no way she would have told that story in one day. They had to like end it, pick it up the next day. So everything was well detailed and like the flow was just amazing.
What do you think about the infusing Fela's kids? Like,
it was good.
Like the one that played Fela, that's also his child.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but that's his child. That's one of his kids. And Auntie Yenny that did Lulupo, the eldest daughter.
I didn't know that. That's like she's related.
So Yenny is the first daughter of Fela. The one that played Lulupo, the nurse that spoke to the white woman when she was entering. Yeah,
it just makes a lot of sense. It just shows that like Bolanle Austen Peters did her homework.
Oh no, she did.
She went above and beyond.
She did.
She had to get what she wanted. Yeah.
They did everything. She even told me when I was talking to her that she had to have the relationship with the Kuti family.
Wow.
To be able to tell the story the way they would appreciate the story. And I'm sure if Fela was alive today, you'll see that and be like, wow, this is good. And for me, I felt the movie made me understood, or the movie made me get where Fela got the stubbornness from. Right,
from the mother.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Because her dad was so chill.
The mom and dad were just like this.
Opposites.
But the dad was supportive.
Very supportive.
But Fela was the woman is stubborn.
Supportive.
She's a very stubborn.
The right kind of stubborn.
Oh no, she's a very stubborn woman, and for me, Fela took it from there. Which is why Fela was always talking, and regardless of the
activism and everything from her.
Went further.
So, and I also love that they made the movie about her.
Yeah.
Right? Because someone would probably think that, oh, it's Fela's mom. So maybe bring in Fela. And,
it was even less of, not a lot of Fela.
Yeah, it was her.
Yeah.
It was her movie, it was her story. And I like that they just stuck to that narrative.
It's good education for a number of people. If you have heard about Funmilayo Ransome Kuti and you don't know anything about her, or you just know her as the first African woman to drive a car.
Now that's the thing. I just knew that like a woman.
She did more, bro.
A woman called Funmilayo was like the first woman, but I didn't know it was Ransome Kuti.
They didn't even make that obvious in the film.
Yeah, they didn't. Because but that her car was very.
No, the car was, but they didn't make it obvious that, or they didn't have to make it a dialogue.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're the first. Nah, they didn't, because they didn't want the story to be about that. The story was supposed to be about a woman.
Was way more than that.
Who fought for her fellow women.
Yeah.
And won, despite all odds. You know. Who unsat a sitting king.
That part.
The
part where he ran.
You know, so it's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. So if you're going to rate the film, what are you going to give the film?
It's almost a 10 over 10 for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's 10 over 10.
Almost a 10 over 10.
I mean, for me, because 9 is for me and 10 is for
10 is for me.
Like our lecturer used to say, some lecturers will never give you 10.
Never give me 10, actually.
So you try. So I'll give her 8.5. That's what I give her.
8.5. Okay.
Yeah, and it's the highest I've given any film.
So do you think there are like any lapses in the movie?
I think one I saw was the gap tooth for what's her name? Ejeke Silva wasn't properly done.
Yeah.
Towards the ending, it was.
I was wondering what was happening.
It was obvious there was something there. They put there. It was obvious. It wasn't even like they painted the teeth or something. They put something there. It was obvious. What other lapses would I see? I mean, it's difficult, and I sort of watched to find these things, and I just couldn't find.
Okay, so something. I was also thinking that, you know, the transition from her childhood to her adulthood was a bit abrupt. Or do you think so?
Well, I mean,
we didn't settle into her child character before it. To me, I just felt like, you know,
so the defense should have been, it was more about her fighting.
Okay.
Like her fighting for the women.
Yeah.
So they needed to establish the fact that she was the only lady in the all-male school. They needed to also establish where she met her husband. So all those things were intentional. I think if they had dragged too much on her younger self, I think it would have made the film a slow burn. You know, but because they wanted to keep people engaged, it's a biopic. It's not. Biopics are not something Nigerians really appreciate.
So we appreciate this one though. It's really good.
I mean, because you want to make sure that every scene is necessary. Every scene is necessary. So I think for Bolanle, it was more of, for BAP, it was more of, I need to focus on what is the most important things. She went to school, she met her husband, she traveled out, he traveled out, they came back. You know, that was just big beats. And the writing was good. I loved the dialogue. Whoever wrote it should be given a good kudos.
I think they won something for writing.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, the writing was...
They won for writing.
Sense. You know, the writing was really good.
Yeah.
And
yeah. What about the father? Do you think that they should have brought his character back?
Which father is that?
Funmilayo Ransome Kuti's father. Because it was almost like after, you know, she transitioned into an adult, we didn't see the father, we didn't hear about the father, and that was just it.
Maybe because the father wasn't exactly instrumental to any other thing again going forward. Because if it wasn't also established what happened to her husband's dad, except the dining table thing, that's established that it was a Christian, and he took his son into the whole space with him.
Right.
You know, so like I said, it was well calculated because they didn't want to spend too much time on things that were relevant to the main story. The main story, that's why it's called Funmilayo Ransome Kuti. It is for her, and it is what she did that made people know her.
Right.
Mostly. So all those things that came in, I think they were moderate.
Okay.
In how they came in. Yeah, so we give it the...
Then the way it ended, finally.
Yeah, the way it ended was good.
I was thinking that, I mean, like, probably they would have... I don't know.
Sure.
I'm not even filmmaker. But I was like, the way it ended, Joker just ended on her like that. They didn't show probably, like, maybe where she died. Why are you looking at me like that?
No, I mean, yeah, but they did tell us at the end that she died. This, you know, but, you know, the story was more about her telling the journalist the story.
Yeah, true.
So when she was done telling the story,
that was it.
Then that was the end of the film. You get me? If there's a sequel, I don't think there should be a sequel, but it's a biopic and it's understandable.
Maybe something for Fela.
I mean, I think they've tried to do a number of Fela stuff. I've seen one or two, but it's not interesting enough. And I would tell BAP to maybe do more biopics.
Do more, actually. She has it on lock.
Let's tell more of our history. They mentioned Margaret Opo. I don't know. I know
from
the woman.
Abba,
yeah. But maybe a film will let me know more about her. I mean, I know about her, but the film will let us know more about her. Fela and the likes. But yeah, that's it with Funmilayo Ransome Kuti. But before we go, I need to talk about something.
Okay.
Now, do you think actors sell movies?
I think they do. I think the story does actually, but there's a movie you'd see, you probably did not plan to watch it, but because your favorite actor or like there's someone there that you really fancy in the movie, you would want to see it.
So tell me your film
I do it sometimes.
Tell me your film that you watch because of the actor. In recent times.
That I watched because of the actor.
Yeah. That you paid your head. You went to the cinema and say because Nancy's here. Nancy just came out of my mouth. It's not like I wanted to call Nancy. Yeah, but I won't see a film because of Nancy.
I don't think of recent. I don't think I have, but I know I have in the past. Yeah, I have in the past.
I'd like to say this very humbly to all the actors. It pays to be humble. Don't be proud. It's not about you. You don't sell films. Yeah, actors don't sell films. For me,
it should be about the story.
I have seen King of Boys wasn't sold because of Shola Shobowale or the likes of. It was sold because it was well told.
Yeah, the depth of the
Same thing for Breath of Life. I would argue the same thing for a lot of Funke films because Funke has this core audience.
Okay.
People would even watch the film because it's a Funke production more than
the story.
Being in it.
Oh,
more than
okay.
This one being in it.
But don't you think it's a Funke thing? You're looking at it like that. You're not watching because of the story, but because of her.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're not watching because of the actors in the film. So it's just the producers when you put all the actors in your film and you feel like you put Nancy, you put this one, you put that one, you put this one, you feel like, oh, this is it.
But there's also a human element. If you're going by the whole Funke thing. Because now it won't be about the story itself, but because Funke is doing the movie.
It's because of the trust that she's built over the years. Okay. That's why they would say, oh, I want to watch a Funke film. Now they've seen a track called Judah. They're waiting for the next one. The same thing with Kemi Adetiba.
Kemi is good.
She didn't come in as a filmmaker. She did Wedding Party.
Yeah.
And we're excited about what she was going to do next.
Looking forward
and
to it.
And it wasn't like she packed everything, even though she had some popular faces there, but it wasn't like it was star-studded that we were more interested in, oh, Shola Shobowale is in this film, Reminisce is in this film. No, it was not about the story. A lot of people are saying that about the story. And I mean, that's why I tell most of the actors I see, whenever you get a chance to be on a project, you have to prove yourself.
Prove yourself, true.
It's not you coming to be like, oh, I'm an actor now, let me just know. Every film that you have, be given the opportunity to be a part of, it's a chance for you to prove why you're an actor and why you should be taken seriously. So I don't think actors sell films. I won't say a film because any of these young popular people is
there. But I think some people do. Okay, so for instance, Ebony Live movies, you see that they pack a lot of A-listers in their movies, Chief Daddy, stuff like that. So I feel that people might see those faces and be like, oh, there's this person, that person, and just want to watch. But then
because of the reputation that they have of not exactly churning out a lot of great films,
Dami.
Oh yeah, they haven't turned out a number of great films. They have a number of them. Maybe Wedding Party, the one Kemi directed, of course. Chief Daddy was a disaster. Which other one again? Maybe Blood Sisters.
Blood Sisters was good.
So they haven't had that back-to-back, thing, hits, with, lack of a better word. So if I was to watch a new film, like maybe the one that what's his name, Elba did.
Yeah.
Idris Elba did. I might not say, okay, let me even see what it will be for a Hollywood director, filmmaker to direct a Nollywood film. Let me even see what. So for me, it's more curiosity to want to watch than me watching because of the guys in the film. Because if I watch it and it's not good, I'll also be disappointed. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think it's I don't think actors sell film. This is my opinion, and I think a lot of filmmakers are focused more on commercial success than actually telling
a story. True.
Which is why some of the films come out and they don't make sense. Because tell me why you put Sabinus in the film.
Sabinus is funny.
Yeah, still. Why would you put him in the film?
They probably think he's right for the role.
And you put him to act a serious role.
Oh, no, I think I know the movie you're talking about.
There are many of them.
Dead serious.
There are many of them. So these are the things. And if you notice, they are doing this because Sabinus is popular.
If
I put down, Sabinus get 10 billion followers.
People want to watch because of him.
You know, but Breath of Life wasn't even done like that. Who's the popular person in Breath of Life? Wale Ojo wasn't getting a lot of roles. He wasn't like acting a lot of films. Maybe except Genoveva, that I would say, okay, look at the guys they chose. They were, I'll say it again. If another director handled that production, they would have messed it up.
You think so?
Oh yeah, Sam Dede, Funmilayo, Wale Ojo's character. I was saying it off camera. Another director will put Wale Ojo as RMD. They will put Funmilayo as Shola Shobowale. Sam Dede would be.
Would be who?
Sam Dede would be. Who is there? Who's one of those elderly guys in Nollywood? Jino Kosoko. That would be Sam Dede. They will not put Chimeze Timini. I can bet it.
And Genoveva will be Bimbo.
Genoveva will be Bimbo. Or let's say they know how to put, make it more, they'll put Uche Montana.
Right.
That's what they would do because they're thinking commercial. Well,
yeah, there are other good directors out there as well.
No, I'm talking about a typical Nollywood director. That's what they would do. Okay. But look at the casting of that film. Nobody else. Even down to Manuel, what's his name? The guy that did the lawyer for Wale Ojo.
Yeah.
He was carefully selected. You know, even down to Tina Omba's role. Even down to, it was carefully selected.
Casting is very important.
Very important. Yeah. And I think we don't exactly have
a lot of filmmakers
good casting directors in Nigeria. They just want to put your friends in films. And it's okay to put your friend if your friend can play the role and kill it. But if your friend can't, let your friend stay back. You know, get someone that can actually do it. Just like imagine they put someone else to play. What do you think? Who do you think can actually play for Kehinde Bankole's role in Funmilayo Ransome Kuti aside her?
I mean, can't think of anybody.
That's when you know that.
That's what happens when you own like a character.
Yeah, that's when you know that it was carefully casted. Because now I can't even think of anybody.
Can't think of anybody. Nah. Yeah, I felt it.
I mean, I know the people that could play Joke Silva's role. Maybe Bimbo Akintola.
Yeah.
You know, but I can't think
of... Doyle?
No,
she won't play.
She'll be too poised for it. She's too... No. But Kehinde Bankole's role, I can't think of anybody. And that's when you know that you are a good actor. When you've gone into that space, that it's difficult for them to
It has to be you or no one else.
You or no one else. That's when you know that, yes, I've done it.
Yeah.
Anyways, and on that note, it's a wrap. Thank you, guys.
It's a wrap, guys. Thank you.